Welcome into another week of great golf conversation. I'm Nick Cousin alongside Fernando Palomares. This is Tap In Eagle. And if you're joining us for the first time, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. New subscribers every week so far. So we're getting some good love here, Fernando. We love to see it.
Yes, thank you. Welcome to another episode on this great show that is gonna keep getting better. We're gonna have more guests coming soon, and man, golf is really being great right now.
Oh, yeah, it's popping off. And we cannot start this episode unless we talk about Anthony Kim. He is the
Woohoo!
story of golf right now. Wins LIV Golf Adelaide. 16 years between wins. His last win was how many? 5,975 days ago. The 2010 Houston Open. And I was just starting high school back then. That's how long it's been.
Man, AK coming from another dimension to win this.
Yeah.
He was out of this world. I mean, the story said that he went out because of a career-ending injury, like 12 years ago. He had his thumb injured, like Paula Creamer. They had this freak
Mhm.
injury, and they went through various surgeries. And AK, he said that he was paying back then an expensive insurance policy that said that if he had a career-ending injury, he would get a huge payday. And for some reason, I mean, he took it. But then, for some of us, golf is very important. And so it was for AK, and he just fell into oblivion. And it's just so amazing to see that even 2 years ago, he was playing well, but not this well.
Mhm.
He has gotten so much better. He shot 9 under the final
Crazy.
day to shoot minus 23 on a very difficult course.
And it wasn't just any win too, Fernando. I mean, he played in the final group and was 5 shots back of major champions Bryson DeChambeau and John Rahm. How the hell does he do this?
Man, people gave him no chance.
Yeah.
I saw that on the betting books before the final round. He was in the final group, and he had 0.1% chance of winning. But luckily, I don't believe in chances because I put money on him to win after the first round. He got it done.
Winner, winner, right here. Money in Fernando's pocket, right here, right here. This brings up a debate, and I think this is no question. Is Anthony Kim's win the greatest comeback story in golf? And I would say an absolute 100% yes, because 16 years between wins, literally was in rehab, and his motivation, it was for his family and his daughter, and they got him out of a hole. He's doing it for his family, got 1% better. And he's also kind of bringing this like healing, calming presence to the golf world too, because you have PGA Tour pros congratulating him. Tiger Woods is talking about the win. This is monumental for the game of golf. And we should all just be thanking Anthony Kim because he's making everybody talk about not just golf, but also LIV. Like LIV doesn't have a bad rep when you're talking about Anthony Kim.
Yes, AK uniting the golf world finally. Maybe he gets invited to the all the four majors, and the only person you can compare him to is Tiger.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
Tiger's 2019 win at the Masters, 11 years drought of not winning any majors, and Tiger also had his very lows, hard lows in his personal life and in golf as well with all the injuries and surgeries. And I remember when I started getting into golf, it was 2008 when Tiger won at Torrey with a broken knee. And that was when AK first came out and he started winning and he beat Sergio at the Ryder Cup. So for me, AK was the second best golfer after Tiger. They were besties back then. And to see all the things that have happened to him and to Tiger, like Tiger said, nobody is free from like having struggles in their life. So it's always a lesson to remember that we can always strive to be better no matter what happened to us or what we did.
And Anthony Kim was saying he hopes that, mainstream media picks up his win. And they sure did. Everybody was talking about AK and the win this week. And it's just great because of the story, the comebacks. He said, I wouldn't be lying if I didn't say that at 1 a.m. when I was watching this in the United States, that I wasn't shedding a little bit of a tear, because it did get me a little emotional just seeing what he went through and all the success he had before all his struggles on the Ryder Cup team, setting all these records, finishing top 5 in a Masters. I mean, just the story in general. I was shedding a tear. What were you feeling watching that, Fernando?
I'm not crying. You're crying. Everybody was crying. I was even crying again earlier today when I was watching it again. Just all the pots and all the fist bumps, and he was just so energetic. That crowd in Adelaide was the best. Over 100,000 fans follow him. Everybody wanted him to win. Even the Australians, like Reaper GC, they were like, they knew they were not rooting for them. They were rooting for another guy, and that was AK.
Major like atmosphere there in Adelaide. That was incredible.
So many people, and they all love golf, and they all love watching. That course was on the edge of being unplayable. Like all the tight lies, the firm greens, the super fast greens, and AK's caddy was really good at the greens. I was watching the coverage live, and you could hear him say, like, this is going to break left hard at the end, and it would break hard left at the end. So props to him as well.
And just AK's journey on LIV too. Relegated last year, Patrick Reed leaves LIV. Kim joins Four Aces. So you know what that gives me to ask you, Fernando? This is the most important question this whole episode. Do the Four Aces miss Patrick Reed?
No chance. Man, it's incredible. Like 1 week ago, we were talking about Reed dominating the DP World Tour, about like Reed, and suddenly his replacement is way more exciting than him. DJ just must be laughing all his way to the bank. Like, it's so funny.
And they were so excited for him too. He got a champagne shower on the 18th green from all the Four Aces teammates.
Yeah, and they all earned a huge bonus because of the team competition. They ended up in 3rd place because of Kim.
It's all about those podium finishes in LIV Golf, just like F1, but some people don't like that. But we like it on this show.
I like it. I appreciate it. In the PGA, nobody knows who finished 2nd or 3rd. So I like it's like in the Olympics. It's a compensation prize. I can vouch for that.
And like I was telling you, Fernando, I was posting about AK. And on the last episode, I got some hate because I said I loved LIV Golf and the TV experience and the viewing experience being better than PGA Tour. And people came at me. I was getting messages from people saying, "Are you a LIV guy now? Do people like, what's wrong with you, man?" For those people, I would just say, why can't we all just love golf? Like, we can love LIV Golf, we can love PGA Tour. All I was saying was that the PGA Tour can improve their TV coverage. That's all I was saying. And why can't you love Anthony Kim too? Why can't you love what he's doing?
Exactly. You can love both. I love both the PGA Tour and LIV. I would like to play on both. I'm not against any of them. Well, it is true. Like the LIV TV coverage is way better than PGA. But the PGA Tour's app is really good. Like if you want to follow one person in particular, and if you go to the app, there's something called Tourcast. And if you click on that, it shows you mostly every shot. They don't do it for every player, maybe just for 2 or 3 players, but it's amazing. But other than that, yeah, LIV is doing a better job at this.
And who still hasn't won on LIV, but was the LIV Golfer of the Year last year, Jon Rahm, finishes 2nd for the 2nd tournament in a row. Incredible way to get into that final group, though, eagling 18 after his tee shot just went way out of bounds, got relief.
What a shot.
What a shot. But I think that's also kind of why in the end, he didn't really have a chance, because his tee shots this year are just like going all over the place.
Yeah, he's used to relying on hitting a hard fade of the tee, but
Yeah.
he was just hitting a double cross all the time, and he still managed to shoot 20 under par. Man, Ram is of this world. It's just so incredible that he hasn't won on Live yet because he wins anywhere else. But
Yeah.
it's just bound to happen. I mean, but if you keep betting John Ram top five, you're gonna keep winning on Live.
There's an easy bet right there, but I bet it's not even good odds though. But he'll
Probably not.
he'll be the betting favorite for like every live golf event this year, probably.
Yeah, just like Angela Yora on the DP World Tour. Always
Yeah,
the betting favorite.
yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. We don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. You did mention this earlier. Just all the low scores at LIV Golf Adelaide. There was 4 rounds of 62, which is 9 under. Bryson had one. Rahm had one. You look at Ben Campbell had one, and then Anthony Kim there in the final round. So 4 rounds of 62, Fernando out there.
Yeah, your boy Ben Campbell. I know you. No, you like Brian Campbell.
Brian,
Sorry.
yes, yes.
Well, Ben is also great. Well,
Yeah.
he was playing. He's from New Zealand, so it was almost home game for him. But I mean, that just speaks about the quality of the golf that these guys have been playing, because that's not an easy course, in my opinion, with that setup. So just golf. I mean, these stories like Anthony Kim's, when they just inspire everybody to be better. I mean, these guys are probably thinking, "Man, I just lost to AK. He didn't play in 12 years. What's going on?"
Exactly. And I think this is going to be a live golf team that wins, who knows, maybe every week, but back-to-back weeks for the first time on live to start the season. A back-to-back team wins. Ripper GC, the Australians, win on their home course on the homeland. And it's not really what Elvis Smiley did, who won the first event in Saudi Arabia, but more what Lucas Herbert and Cam Smith did. Cam Smith and Lucas Herbert both with top 5 and 10 finishes.
Yeah, great showing by the veterans here. I'm sure they were really motivated by what Elvis did last week. They're like, "Oh man, we're actually in a good team. Maybe we should get to work." And that's the result. They're probably going to be top three team this year alongside Torque and Legion 13.
Too bad you can't bet on who wins in the team every week, because Ripper GC would be a good one to go for.
Yes, we should get DraftKings or Coderia on that.
We should get on it. All right, let's flip over to the PGA Tour and somebody else who hadn't won in a long time, Collin Morikawa at Pebble Beach. And we were talking about how long it's been since AK won. 807 days for Collin Morikawa since his last win on tour, 7th career win, and he moves up to 3rd in the FedEx Cup standings as well, with that win being a signature event win.
What a win! Under the wind, under the cold. They even iced him for like his last shot, his last approach shot on the 72nd hole. He was like 230 yards, and he couldn't even hit the ball because there was like a ruling going on. So he said he was just staring at the ocean, trying to remember his good old days in Kapalua where he's won, and he got it done, man. He hit it just so many amazing approach shots. Like we've said, that's the strength of his game. He didn't putt that well. He was actually losing strokes to the field in putting, but he doesn't need more than that. As long as he hits his high fade, he's always a contender.
And I asked you, I think it was the first or second episode, I was like, what the hell is wrong with Collin Morikawa? Like, this guy's won 2 majors. And what I was trying to say in that one stat that I wrote down, in those 807 days, he only had 1 top 10. So that was a valid question to ask you, but just what did he figure out this week? I mean, you look at what he did in his 3rd round, shooting a 62. That was the lowest of his season by 6 shots. And he also was only the 5th golfer since 2000 to hit all 18 greens.
Wow. Yeah, he wasn't playing well like the last few years, but I think he said that it's all about the mentality. That a reporter asked him, like, when you came out here, you didn't come here to make the cut. You didn't come here to finish top 20. He was there to win, and somewhere along the way he forgot that, and he thought tied for 20th was good enough. But that reported question, he said that that's what changed him, because he asked him that on Friday, and that's where he bounced back on Saturday with that low round. And that's it. Just like Alexander Rocha said on this show,
Mhm.
it's all going on here. It's inside what happens. What matters, not your actual technique or your strategy. It's about execution in this game.
You know what they say? Golf is 100% mental. There you go.
And there you go.
Yeah,
Colin headed to the pro shop afterwards
there we
to
go.
get some goodies.
And he gets to announce that he has a new baby on the way as well. There we
Yeah,
go.
I saw that his wife ran a marathon while pregnant, so it runs in the family, that
Athletic
toughness.
family right there. I'm scared for that kid. Maybe he's a future major winner out here. You know?
Yeah, I hope he does sports and not military training.
Yeah. You know who somebody that doesn't need any training in anything because he's just amazing? Scottie Scheffler. He went from 10 shots off leading the first round to a top 5 finish. And he tied for the lead at one point too, because he eagled the last hole. I mean, just if Scottie had a good start to a round the last 2 weeks, we could be talking about him winning back-to-back weeks.
Again, he just comes back again and again. He's relentless. I was watching his final round. He was 7 under through 7, and
Crazy.
fortunately, he made 2 bogeys on his last 12 holes. That cost him the tournament. Without those 2 bogeys, he would be in a playoff.
Yeah. And you know how many top 10 consecutive finishes that is for Scottie? You want to guess?
It's like 18,
18. Yep.
the magical number.
Yep.
18 straight top 10s?
18 straight.
That's just
And it
funny.
was in jeopardy the last 2 weeks too, based on how he started.
He goes from being at risk of missing the cut to winning again, just like that.
And he still has the longest cut streaks made, 67 now. 67.
He what? Yeah, he's probably gonna break Tiger's record at
Yeah.
this pace.
Yep. Yep. And we'll get to his chances this week. But he did have one thing bad that happened to him. He is now par or worse to start consecutive tournaments since 2020. That's the only bad thing about Scottie Scheffler.
Well, I guess if he starts playing well the first round, it's all over.
Exactly. That's all he has to do. That's all he has to do.
And Tiger also had that happen to him.
Yeah.
His
So it
worst
happens to the
round
best. It
has
happens to the
always been the
best.
first round.
Yeah. It happens to the best.
Yeah.
And your pick, or one of your picks this week, had it going through 54 holes, was the leader, Akshay Bhatia. And just the conditions the last day got to him a little bit. What did you see from his finish that he just couldn't close it out?
Yeah, he just couldn't get it going on the front 9. And on this type of level, if you're not going under par, not gonna win. I mean, I think he was even after 11 holes. That's not gonna get it done, but still a great showing from him. Just such a great swing, very athletic. Reminds me like a left-handed Neiman, very powerful, very stoic with that like broomstick putter. He makes a lot of putts. He's from California, so I knew he was a good pick. And maybe this week at the next signature event, it's also in California in Riviera.
There we go. And something that could play a factor into this week that was really a factor at Pebble Beach was those windy conditions. At one point, getting up to 30, 40 miles per hour. And it was crazy because play was getting delayed because they put the ball on the green and the ball was moving with the wind. So they had to wait for the ball to be still before they could do their putts. And so that was delaying everything. And Morikawa even mentioned his approach shot into 18. He had to wait 30 minutes to hit his approach shot into 18 just to finish up that winning round. And he mentioned too, though, that he kind of, looked back at his TGL experience where he's waiting 10 minutes between shots sometimes, and he was just staying active, walking around, getting some swings in. How did you see the windy conditions play a factor? Obviously, you mentioned it with Akshay, but with what Collin said as well about TGL, how that helped him out.
Yeah, and that's why Collin won, because the wind makes ball striking more important,
Mm-hmm.
and his iron shots are the best if he's dialed in. So I mean, I think he's hoping for more wind. That's why he won the Open as well, because there was a lot of wind that week. And so I think if you put like a professional golfer play against like a normal golfer, maybe a 10 handicapper, and you put them on a course with no wind, the difference in strokes is going to be way less than if you put them in windy conditions, because that you really have to hit it solid. You really have to hear your windows, your targets, and if not, you're just going all over the place.
How does the golf ball moving without the golfer hitting it, how does that play into things? Does that mess with your mind mentally? What do you think there?
Yeah, I think Rio Hisatsune got the worst part of that
Mm-hmm.
break. I saw he missed like a 5 footer because the ball just was moving everywhere,
Yeah.
and then he wasn't sure if he should tap it in or not because the ball was still moving. But now there's like a 10-second rule that you have to hit it. But I think if he would have waited on Saturday like 5 seconds longer, and that ball would have dropped in, maybe he would have won the tournament. I think it messed with his head,
Yeah,
but I'm still picking him this week because he's trending.
for sure. He's had a lot. He's had top tens the last 2 weeks, so we'll see how it goes. Let's go over to the Korn Ferry Tour real quick. Mention James Nicklaus, first win after 69 career starts on the Korn Ferry Tour, and Eagles the last hole after playing 29 in his final round after the third round was delayed because of weather.
Yes, finally, James Nicholas, YouTube sensation, social media specialist, and he's always posting like how much did he earn, how much did he spend. Very transparent player, and he's always with a smile on his face, and very solid play this week in Bogota. Finally got it done. I ran into a friend last week, and he was like, "Hey man, I listen to you every week. How come you didn't talk about James Nicholas?" And I'm like, "We're gonna get it on the next episode. Don't worry." So shout out to Paul, expert in golf clubs here in Mexico.
I'm glad people are watching and telling us to talk about stuff.
Yeah, man, and he's right. We should talk about more about the Corn Ferry Tour players
Wait, we're gonna do that from now
and
on.
Asian Tour players. Maybe we're gonna get some Asian Tour players on this show soon.
All the tours. We love all the tours.
Exactly.
Something else that we didn't cover, we're getting in this week. The big college golf news. Charlie Woods, Tiger's son, of course, committing to Florida State for the class of 2027. And this Florida State team was NCAA runner-up last year. So really good team to be joining. And Charlie Woods also joining up with the number one junior golfer, Miles Russell, as well. So, I mean, what can you say
Wow.
about that? Just going to
I
be a
just want to
dominant.
enroll in this university
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. Let's go join this team, Fernando. Yeah.
I'm gonna sign up for a master's degree and play with it. Imagine like having him as your partner and Tiger caddying for him and just coaching everybody, and then Cheyenne Woods just hopping on the train as well. I mean, such a great team. Miles Russell, what a talent! He's a phenom. He's already playing in the big leagues, and I'm surprised he's still in college. But I'm sure that's why Charlie went there because of Miles. Because why wouldn't he go to Stanford if his dad went there? But now we know why, and I hope Miles can get Charlie in a good state of mind because it would be amazing to see both of them on the next level.
And I can see some good NIL deals, as we know, college athletes getting paid now. I can see some big money deals for both of those two together. Big time.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see who gets more money. Uh, because Miles is a way better player. Even Charlie's really good, but Miles is just he could probably be a top 100 player right now in the world.
And he's just waiting for Charlie to come. They're because they just want to be this dynamic team together.
Yeah, it's like Blades Brown versus Miles Russell.
Yeah.
That's how he's looking for the future.
Oh, yeah. We all know Blades Brown, my golfer to watch on the Korn Ferry. He already had success on the PGA Tour this year, back at the Amex. But what about Charlie's dad? Tiger spoke ahead of his tournament this weekend, the Genesis Invitational. And the big news, he said he's, been trying to play more. He can hit full golf swings now, but he was asked about his schedule and he wasn't very specific about it, but he did not rule out playing at the Masters in April.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I think this sparks up the debate again of the John Daly cart rule.
Mm-hmm.
Like, uh, golf carts, should they be allowed or not? Because if they
Yeah.
were allowed, Tiger would be playing right now,
Mm-hmm.
and he would probably be still winning. Because we know he has the ball striking prowess. He can putt as good as anybody. So I mean, if I were the PGA or the RNA, the USGA, whatever, who makes the rules, I would let him play with a golf cart. But I mean, I don't care if he gets special treatment. We all want to see the Tiger play.
Exactly. Who doesn't want to see Tiger play? He did say though the reason he doesn't want to play with the cart is to respect the PGA Tour and the rules of the PGA Tour. However, he said on the Champions Tour he might do that.
Yeah, but I mean, what? Just change the rule for Tiger. I think all the players would agree with the rule. I mean, he's done so much for the game.
Yeah.
Just let him play with the cart.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm with you. Another topic that he discussed was the new PGA Tour schedule in 2027, 28. He said it could change year to year. The big thing was the playoff locations. The PGA Tour wants to put more playoff FedEx Cup playoff events in bigger markets. And I'm happy with that because growing up in Chicago, I always used to have the BMW championship there every year. And I would go with my dad and we would see the best golfers. And then the last couple of years that's moved around. It's been in Maryland, Indiana, Michigan, a couple other different places. So I would love that. And they also discussed too about maybe the Genesis being moved to later in the year and being a playoff event too. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's very strategic. Like, at first, I didn't understand why, for example, they have the Wage Management Phoenix Open the same week as the Super Bowl. Because for me, that doesn't make sense. I would change that. I saw that the Mexican stop at Vidanta in Vallarta, they changed it as well. So now it's in the fall season, together with the Los Cabos tournament. They're both falling in the fall, so probably their fields are going to be weaker because of that. So I don't agree with that change as well. But if I'm the PGA, I'm looking at the main markets like Chicago, San Francisco, like New York. Those should probably be the last tour stops. But for some reason, they have the Tour Championship in Atlanta, in East
Yeah.
Lake. I mean, it's a great course, but it doesn't make sense to me as well. But I mean, what do I know?
Mm-hmm.
But it's fun that they stir it up again and again, and two straight signature events for me. It's not very smart because what about all these players that are not getting any reps?
Mm-hmm.
But well, maybe they want some rest, so maybe that's good for them as well. So there's a lot of different factors here.
Great courses in Chicago that they played before. Medina, which had a Ryder Cup, Cog Hill, which was BMW Championship, had it there. I've played that course, beautiful course. They've had it out in Lake Forest, which where Luke Donald lives. He has a house on that course out there in Lake Forest. So I would love to see the PGA Tour come back to Chicago and also keep it in Boston and keep it in New York. the course that they play in New York with the skyline of New York City in the background. That's all beautiful. I would love to see that every single year.
Yeah, we need more of those cities back on schedule. They have like so many tournaments in Florida. I mean, I love Florida, but yeah, we need to change it up a bit and at least Liv goes to Chicago right now.
And it's not even Chicago. It's like 45 minutes outside of Chicago.
Oh
But
no.
anyway, we'll move on. We'll move on because we could talk about this topic forever.
Yeah.
Let's preview the Genesis Open, the 100th playing of the Genesis Open, a tournament that Tiger never won, Scottie hasn't won, Rory hasn't won, and yet Scottie Scheffler is the favorite. And this number is up because the last 2 weeks when Scheffler was the favorite, he was plus 300, and now he's plus 340. How do you see this tournament playing out? We won't make our picks yet. We'll get there, but just how do you see this course playing out this week?
Well, yeah, Rivera is a very classic layout. I was looking at the drawings of the hole earlier, and doesn't have a lot of bunkers. Seems a bit narrow from what I see. The rough is probably very nasty. Uh, I mean, I think you have to look because it's old. Like the greens are probably like elevated, like that's the old style of playing. Like you don't want to go long on these old courses, and I think I mean it's from what I hear like very exclusive club. I remember Austin Reeves talking about it when he first joined the Lakers. He was like, "Well, I wish I can make All Stars and they can let me in the Riviera," you know. So it's very posh, very fancy, and I think it was one of those places that Tiger couldn't get in the clubhouse when he was younger. He would ask like, where's the first tee and what's the course record?" But he didn't win here. But some players that did win here: Max Homa, Hideki Matsuyama, Adam Scott. So I think those names you should be looking at this week.
And John Rahm, even though he's on live.
And John Ram and
Yeah.
Joaquin Iman, who is
Yes,
on
yes.
live.
Both live guys. 18 of the 20 top world golf ranking players in the field this week. No cut to. Ludvig Aberg is the defending champion. He did win that at Torrey Pines last year with the Wildfires. They moved the tournament there, but he is the defending champion and hasn't had a great year so far. He withdrew the first tournament he played because of illness, cut the second tournament, and T37 the third tournament. What has been the problem with Ludvig Aberg's game this season? And I'm going to ask you this question, and then he probably wins, just like Collin Morikawa, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, as sure as you diss them, they start performing. So you might as well diss Ludwig as well. He's a phenom. I mean, I met Ludwig.
Oh, nice, nice.
I had the privilege of walking with him 9 holes when I volunteered in Cabo. Maybe it was 3 years ago, I think, and I saw him firsthand just obliterate that course. I mean, I played that course, and it's not as easy as he made it look. He would hit like this little 5 wood, 280 to 2 feet,
Wow.
and very nonchalant, and he's very handsome. So I think he he can do it all. But I think it's just about time that he gets back in his groove.
And he'll do it this week now. Now that I asked that question, or he'll win next week. It'll be one of the two.
I mean, he played in college in California, so
Yeah,
he's probably played this course before.
there we go. Let's go to Africa. The DP World Tour after their week off last week, heading to the magical Kenya Open. And like we talked about earlier in the show, the betting favorite for the second tournament in a row, Angel Ayora. No Patrick Reed. Patrick Reed won't join back up until the South African tournament here in a couple weeks. What do you see with this tournament, Fernando?
This is one of those tournaments that I would just love to play. I'm dying to play. I mean, just the name, Magical Kenya Open,
Yeah.
and love Magic. and every player talks about this course, just how magical it seems. Is even they say it's even more magical than the Mauritius course that looks like a paradise. So how how beautiful can it get? It just we should go to Kenya and find out.
I'm down. Let's go. Let's go.
I
I'm
think
sure.
there's like elephants roaming around and rhinoceros just standing on your way, and it's just sounds great. I mean, there's a lot of good players like Marcel Sim and Mateo Manacero, and some new names like Callum Hill. He's playing great. So I mean, Angelito Ayora is a favorite. He has probably the best swing right now on the DP World Tour, and maybe this week he gets it done.
If he's the favorite every week, he has to win one of these.
Yeah, at least be close to winning.
And no Patrick Reed in the way this week either.
Yeah, Patrick would dominate. I'm already betting on him to win the South African Open.
There we go. Elephants and rhinoceroses in the background. Crazy times out here.
Yeah.
So Fernando is so kind because he wants to share his wins every week with you. So he wanted to start a new segment on the show called Fernando's Favorites. He's going to give you his bets every week. He's already picked 2 winners this year and had top 10 winners every week so far. So we'll start out, since we're talking about magical. Let's get your magical Kenya favorites here for the first edition of Fernando's Favorites.
All right, all right, all right. Yeah, I mean, I was like, if I'm gonna be doing all this research, man, let's get some money out of it.
Yeah.
And I picked Chris Goddard up to win. I picked AK to win last week. A lot of top tens. So I mean, Callum Hill, he almost won twice this year. I think he's the best pick for your money right now. He's over plus 1,000 odds to win. Mateo Manacero has played well here before. I think he's a solid top 5. He had a great season last year. And Marcel Sim always plays well in these weird countries, and he's very has such a flair, very interesting character. Yeah, I think he held the previous record at Pebble Beach for the lowest round with a 63, which was taken down this week. So I think he's going to be fired up with that. He's going to be angry, and he's going to play well.
A magical win for Callum Hill. I can already see the headline. Magical win. There we go.
Scotsman.
And I'll throw in my picks here real quick. I'm going to go with Ayora. I think at one point he's going to win being the favorite. And there's no Patrick Reed in the way this time. So there we go. And also anybody out there watching the lines too, the second best favorite is Henny Duplessis at plus 2,200.
Player.
Yeah, and the South African Tristan Lawrence is the third best odds at plus 20.
Yeah, Thurston, he won the Open, the Amateur Open. He's so solid. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go over back to Cali with Fernando's favorites for the Genesis Invitational.
Yeah, Jake Knapp, he's the hottest thing right now. Everybody knows him for his beautiful swing and his great power of the tee, but he finished first in strokes gained putting last week under the wind, under the cold in Pebble Beach. So I mean, what else do you need? The best putter and the longest hitter together in one player. That's Jake Knapp.
And 4 Eagles last week, and started his round and ended his round with the Eagles in the final round.
Yes, he's going to win this week. I
There
mean,
we go.
they're still playing in Poanua greens just like last week.
Lock it down. Lock it down.
Lock it down. And we got Jacob Bridger, man, top 5. He has been putting great numbers, especially in the putting stats this week. And also Ryo Hisatsune, top 10 every week. It seemed like he was going to win last week, but after those, like we talked about the wind and stuff. But I think if it's not that windy this week, he has a great chance to win.
Those are all golfers who have been knocking on the door with almost wins this year. So all great picks. I'm gonna be the easy one here and pick Scottie.
Yes.
I mean, until he starts playing bad, I'm gonna pick Scottie and give me some of the SoCal boys as well. Either Xander, Schauffele, Patrick Cantley, Max Homa to win again. He's already won this tournament, but with how those conditions are this early in the year, I would give any of the advantage to any of these SoCal boys. And Xander is the third best favorite plus 1900. Rory the second best plus 1100.
And Hideki for me after Scotty is the second favorite to win. I mean, he's won
Yeah.
here before, and as they say, where he plays well, he plays well. He's very consistent, and not picking him because I think it's too much of an easy pick for me to pick Hideki or Scotty. But I mean, you're gonna win some money if you bet on those guys.
I'll be the one that picks the easy ones. You can pick the hard ones. There we go.
Exactly. I like to pick those guys under the radar. I mean, not so much under the radar because this is a signature event. There's only top players there, but still.
Those are our picks for this week. Fernando's favorites, and then I picked the easy ones. So you can decide which ones you want. But as we always, we welcome you to comment below with your picks, criticize our picks. We love debate, as we talked about in the show. People have hit us up, reached out, and said, "Hey, you need to talk about this, or why are you this, or why?" So we're already creating controversy out here, and people talking about us, Fernando. So that means that we're winning. We're winners out here.
Exactly. I mean, at least we have to try because you cannot win if you don't try. And we're trying. And if we're listening, if you want us to talk about something specific, and you want to be on the show, you can also let us know. If you want some wisdom to share with the golf world, and let's go, AK.
Let's go, AK, the healer of the golf world, Anthony Kim.
True that.
We love you all. We love the sport of golf. Enjoy all the golf this week. It's sad that we have to wait 3 weeks for another live event, but that's just how live golf goes. But that's okay. We still have the PGA Tour, which we love too, Fernando. As I've said, we love the
We love the
PGA Tour.
PGA Tour.
We
Exactly.
love DP World Tour. We love all golf. We want you to enjoy the golf, and we'll be back here next week to talk about it all. Have a great week, and we'll be right back on next Wednesday.
See you next Wednesday.